Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. It's Friday. We made it to Friday, the best day of the week, right? So I'm just waiting for people to pop in. Hopefully, YouTube sends everybody notifications that I'm going live. Sometimes YouTube doesn't do that. They do a really poor job of being consistent with that. So we'll wait to see if anybody pops in on a Friday night. Locote, what's up? Alex got received a notification. Yay. Stephen Taylor, hello. Jocelyn, hello. Lou J 2020 J, hello. Risk M, hello. Sandra Gonzalez, happy Friday. Alyssa Lujan, hello. Holy jeez, everybody's popping in. Everybody got the notification. You guys got the good notification quick because there are 106 people in here. So hopefully you guys are having a great Friday. I had a busy Friday. I was busy. I did a lot today, I think. I just ate lunch finally. So I had a busy day. You guys saw the video. Nick, he hasn't contacted me yet. Um, so so he hasn't contacted me at all today. The last time he contacted me was yesterday at about 2 p.m. Yeah, yesterday. He says, "Hey Art, this is Nick. The cops made us leave the spot I was at, and I want to let you know I'm in the alley. Um, just walk down the alley and take a left, and you will see me." And so, so that was that was his message, right? I called him and he said, "Hey, are you sure you ready? Are you ready to go?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm still wanting to go." So, um, so yeah, I got uh, I did get a Greyhound ticket. I went to Greyhound and I got it this morning for Saturday at 6:45, 6:20 p.m. Arizona time is what the ticket says, right? So that's that's basically he has a ticket. I just need him to contact me so I can pick him up and take him. But the concerning thing is that he didn't know that it was for tomorrow. He thought it was for today, Friday, and he hasn't contacted me. So I kind of feel like he's hiding a little bit. He doesn't want to go. Um, so that's kind of what I feel like. It's 50-50. Let's see if he communicates with me. Uh, he knows my number. He has my number. Obviously, he he wanted to. He was communicating with me just yesterday, so he's not communicating with me today, the day of the go. So that's very concerning, but that's his decision. He's an adult; he can make his decisions. I talked to his mom, Jennifer, so she wasn't too surprised by the news. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Let's see if he calls, right? So let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's pray that he calls, and if not, that's totally on him. I think the Lost in Phoenix family, Lost in Phoenix community, we had our hearts in the right place. We're going to help as much as we can. I think it's important to let people know that we believe in them, right? We have confidence in their ability to overcome their challenges, and we'll assist you as much as we can. But ultimately, to overcome your obstacles, you have to help yourself overcome those obstacles, right? Like you have to get past that, and addiction is holding them back. And so I'm not giving up on him yet. We still got until tomorrow, to tomorrow at 6. So he hasn't called me, hasn't texted me. He was very active on yesterday, on Thursday, to call me and text me and got to get details. But all of a sudden today, nothing. So we'll see what happens. Uh, the A lot of people have asked, why didn't you buy the ticket when you have him with you? So yeah, so that's great, great common sense, right? So the problem with that is that when you go, if I have him with me, and okay, cool, I have him with me, let's go get the ticket and send him now. The problem with that is that tickets, they only have 50 tickets every bus. Only 50 people fit in a bus, right? 50, not 51, not 60, not 100. It's not unlimited people fit on a bus. It's only 50. It's only 50 tickets per bus. So tickets gets those tickets are sold out, right? Days in advance. So you'd have to get tickets. You can't get tickets day of, right? Day of, they're already sold out. So I can't just be having Nick in my pocket, carrying him with me everywhere, right? It doesn't work that way. So I think some of you guys mean well and like, why doesn't he? Why did he buy the ticket? Because I have to buy the ticket. You have to purchase the ticket, right? Why didn't he purchase the ticket when he had him? Because you have to purchase the ticket for a specific date. That's why you have to have the ticket for a specific date, right? I can't have Nick with me every day. That doesn't work. It doesn't work right. Hey Nick, let me carry you every day and let's go get a ticket. So, another brilliant question is why don't you have him fly? Right. That's like the sec. It's one of the question number one that I get a lot for Nick. Why don't you get an airplane ticket? Right. That's so because obviously I haven't thought about that, right? So you guys are pointing out things that so believe it or not, I thought about that. Okay, I thought about that with Blake. The problem is with these folks out here is they don't have ID. Okay, so I'm sure you guys understand that you have to have ID to get on the plane. So these people out here in the streets don't. So that's number one. They don't have ID. Second point is on the bus these folks are battling addiction. If they're not um, consuming their drug, they get sick. On a plane, right? So the plane from Phoenix to Charlotte is about 5 hours. If on a plane you can't smoke, you're gonna get sick, you're gonna be throwing up. His plan, our plan was for him to get Suboxone or Subutex, right? So that's medication to help with the withdrawals. Okay, he was gonna get that so that on the bus ride he can calm his illness. But if he got sick, a bus stops, right? Every town, every city, it stops to let the passengers out to go use restroom, go get some snacks, go eat. It does that. So he was, I was suggesting like, dude, you probably want to go on a bus because when you get sick, when you're on a plane, you can't stay in. They're not gonna let you stay in the restroom for 5 hours. You have to be at your seat, and so you can't. They're not gonna let you do that. Um, and so yeah, I know I'm gonna get sick. So even with the Subutex or Suboxone, I'm gonna get sick. So a bus ride, stopping frequently, uh, if I need the restroom to whatever, I'll be able to do that on a bus. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. I got it covered. Believe it or not, I got it covered. I've thought about this. I've planned it out. With Blake, planned it out with Nick. I've thought about these things. It might not seem like it, but I do a pretty good job of kind of thinking about these things ahead of time, right? So appreciate the advice you guys give me and the common sense stuff that isn't so common. I love when you guys point that out, but I really got this handled. But I want to say thank you guys very much to all the people that donated, right? You guys are amazing. So I have a Greyhound ticket for Nick to go home to a better life because if he stays here in Phoenix, it's bad. It's not going to be good. Nothing good can happen here in Phoenix for an addict. The addiction is going to go worse, right? And the sands of time might run out for you, as they already have for Gabby, for Cruz, for Manuel, for all these people that I've interviewed, and they're no longer here. The sands of time ran out on them because their addiction defeated them, right? Um, Yeah, this Nick doesn't belong in Phoenix. The Child Protective Services from the state of North Carolina did a horrible job of sending him here, but he's here, so we're trying to get him out of here and to back to North Carolina, where he has more support, more family to be able to assist him, pick him up, assist him, help him, and give him that support that he isn't receiving in Phoenix because he knows nobody out here. So that's where we're at with Nick. It's just he's basically he's missing in action, you know. So um, that's all we could do. That's all we could do as a community, as a family, is support somebody, right? So you guys, I interviewed him, and would you want to get out of here, right? When the first time I interviewed him, would you want to take it out of here? Yeah, and he's yeah, I'd get out of here. Yeah, I know I'm sick of this, and and so okay, let's do it, right? So you guys make the decision, right? And a lot of you guys have commented like, I don't regret helping, right? Because it's coming from a place of goodness, I have a good heart to help this person. If they accept the help or not, that's on them. They have their own free will, their own mind, their own decision making, right? And we, it's coming from a good place. I spent countless hours out there driving around looking for him, right? So my time, my gas, my effort, you know, going out there looking around, you know, just going down alleys, looking, asking people, and and that's all you could do, right? That's all you could do, and as sad as they may be, that's his decision, and we have until tomorrow. We'll just wait and see what happens. So is there any way you can contact Miggy? He might know where Nick is located. Miggy does not have a phone. Miggy does not have email. Miggy does not send smoke signals. There's no way I can contact him. Somebody asked me, "Have you called all the jails?" So no, there's some things I don't do, right? I'm not gonna call jails. I'm not gonna call, you know, he knows how to contact me, right? If he wants to go for a better life, he needs to get a hold of me just the way he got a hold of me yesterday. Like, how much chasing do I have to do, right? Do I have to do? I really don't have to, right? You guys really didn't have to donate, but you did it out the kindness of your heart, just like I'm doing it out the kindness of my heart. And at some point, we all have limits, right? I'm not going to call hospitals. I'm going to call jails. I'm not his father, not his mother. I'm somebody that's trying to coordinate him getting out of here and giving him a ticket to a new life. Um, and yeah, at some point, I have to cut it off with people, right? I have to draw a line in the sand, and I have to say, meet me halfway. I can't do everything for you. Anna Garcia, what were your plans if you had found him on Friday? So if I had found him today, take him to get a shower, go get him some clothes, get him some snacks, basically get him prepared for the trip on Saturday. That was my plan. It's a really good plan, right? Because somebody that's ready and willing, they would have been boom, boom, boom on point. I'm on point. Right? I'm very punctual, right? I was in the military, so you got to be punctual. You gotta meet deadlines. And so if I say, hey Migs, at 7:30, I'm gonna come pick you up to take you to court because you have court at 8:30. So I gotta pick you up at 7:30 because we gotta fight traffic, right? So guess what? I woke up at 6 in the morning, got ready, drove for 30 minutes, and I was there at 7:30 to pick up Migs' first court date, right? Migs, being battling addiction, he didn't care. He was asleep. Okay, cool. I'll just go back home and work, right? Because so that's me. For this gentleman today, Nick, same thing. I follow through on the things that I've put my word on, right? And so I'm really good at that. But they need to meet me half. They're not even meeting me halfway, right? and therefore they're not giving themselves an opportunity to better themselves and start a new life, right? So it goes for Migs, goes for Nick. So it goes for a lot of people battling addiction. So there's a common thread here. It's not a Nick thing, or it's not a Migs thing. It's a addiction thing, right? They all have that. Um, so I love the questions. Sometimes the questions come to me like all critical to me. Why did you get the ticket? Why this and why that? Right? Like, so for those people, I would say redirect your energy into some. Look at the positives, right? Look at the positives that you're trying to, that that I'm trying to do. The Lost of Phoenix is trying, the community is trying to do. So it's interesting how that happens. How are you so quick to find out when your interviewees get arrested? I have 90,000 subscribers. Okay. A lot of those subscribers send me their mugshot, right? So somebody asked me one time, do you wake up every morning and look at the mugshots? And I said, no, I have a life, right? My life isn't YouTube, believe it or not, right? I have a life, like a normal life. I have a normal job. That's something what Nick mentioned to me yesterday. Nick was talking about, he said something and is like, dude, like, no, like, he said, "Are you coming today?" I go, "No, today's not Friday. So yesterday, Thursday." He said, "Are you coming today, Thursday?" And I said, "No, dude. I'm working. I'm literally working right now. Calling you and texting you right now. I'm at work. I'm working. I have a full time job. YouTube is not my full time job. This is like a side project that I'm doing, right? Like, oh, I didn't know that. I thought YouTube was your full time job." So, and I think a lot of you guys think that or have that misconception in your head. So get that out of your head right now. I have a full time job. Another critical person, why didn't you take him that day that you met him? Okay, so this is what the brilliant lady said. I don't know who it was, but they said, why didn't you take Nick the day that you met him? Uh, Simply because, okay, I have a full time job. Okay. My life and my schedule doesn't revolve around Lost in Phoenix, YouTube interviews, Nick, you commenters. So it doesn't revolve around that, right? I do what I can on my time. Today was my day off. Okay. So whenever I met Nick was on Tuesday or when probably Tuesday, I met Nick. Destiny, thank you very much for your donation. I appreciate you, Destiny. When I met Nick, I met him and I had to work the rest of the week, right? So I can't go. You guys don't know that I live far. Greyhound is on the opposite end of town. I got to look at is flights. No, I asked them, do you have ID? Do you have this? Do you have that? So all the coordination takes time, takes effort, takes planning, things that I did, right? That I had to do. Why didn't you send him that day? Were there tickets available that day? No, there weren't. You can't buy a ticket same day and expect there to be an open seat. It's always going to be the next day or the following day or next week, but the day of doesn't work, right? So, just like that one guy, there was somebody that commented, Greyhound tickets are $100. And I go, yeah, 20 years ago, they were $100. Today, they're 300, 400, $500, So it's just funny how people come out of the woodwork and just start, throwing stuff on the wall and see what sticks, right? So it's really odd. Wasn't Nick supposed to get Suboxone for the trip home? Yeah, Suboxone, Subutex, something. So what were you, somebody asked, what were you going to do today, if you were going to take them, pick them up, get them a shower, get them some clothes, and let's go pick up some Suboxone Subutex, for the trip. So it helps with the withdrawals. That was the plan today. But he didn't call me. He called me yesterday. But yesterday, you know, again, I'm working, I have a full time job. I'm busy. I'm doing stuff. So Bonnie B, you do a lot for these people art. I like that you are out there helping when you can. We can only do so much, right? So, like for example, I'm doing my part. I'm supported by 90,000 subscribers. A lot of you guys really are amazing. Destiny just donated $50 to the cause. Right? She understands that my time is important. My time is valuable. She understands that gas, it's expensive. And so I'm out there literally going through alleyways, right? Going through alleys, and I'm looking, and I'm showing my Nick's picture, right? Miggy's picture, Carla's picture. Have you seen these guys, right? They used to be over here. Have you seen them? No, I haven't seen them, right? So I'm asking total strangers, right? So going through some crazy places, and because that's what I feel obligated to do, because I'm trying to help and reach out. Uh, Ross Ginn, keep up the incredible work. Absolutely admire what you're doing. Ross Ginn, I've never seen you before, but thank you very much for your generous donation, Ross. I appreciate the support that, again, that you guys help, because it's not just me, right? I'm like on the front lines, right? But some of you guys aren't even in Phoenix, aren't even in Arizona. Some of you folks aren't even in the United States of America, but you guys have that humanity. You see my efforts, right? To go out there and look for somebody, Nick, right? Um, to try to get him out of here, try to reunite him with his mom, Jennifer, his sister. Um, Today, when I got the ticket, I called Nick's sister, and I let her know the situation. Hey, if Nick calls you, have him call me, have him contact me. Same thing with, I called Jennifer, the mom, and said, "Hey, there's a situation. The police moved them, dispersed the camp, the encampment, and told them to move along." Um, he did communicate with me via text. We talked on the phone yesterday, and this was the plan for Friday. So I have the ticket. He needs to contact me if he's ready to go. So let's see what happens, right? Did you go to Blake's funeral? I did not. It's 19 degrees in Ohio tonight. Laura, what? None of yours. You are a man of your word. Yep. So again, if I'm sticking to my, if I agreed at a certain time and do this and do that, like I'm gonna do it. That's easy to me. That's not a problem at all. So Arizona drama. How much YouTube profit you making art from the videos? Uh, Man, I need some grammar and sentence structure there. Um, I'm trying to answer you guys' questions. There's a lot of questions. Sandra Yamas, hello. Miranda Benavides, hey Art, much love to you. Wish some folks would just watch and support you. Some comments are unnecessary, really don't make any sense. That's the bad part about social media, YouTube. You got all these random people, and rude, crude, and um, and that's just how it is, in social media. I'm kind of putting myself on the line, right? Because I'm showing you my face. I'm inviting you in my house. I'm letting you know how my day went, looking for Nick, and so that kind of exposes me to trolls and just goofy people, dummies. They're here just to give a hard time, and so you just kind of have to ignore it. What do you guys think about the tragedy that occurred a couple days ago? We had in East Phoenix, Apache Junction is the name of the town, Apache Junction or East Phoenix. uh, we had the death of a 3 year old little boy. He consumed. He was at home and he consumed at least one of these fentanyl pills, and tragically he lost his life. So um, it just affects so many people, you know. Excuse me. Alluring Pisces. For every troll, there's 50 true supporters. I believe that 100%. A lot of the people that are commenting, these are names I've seen for months. Some people on here for been here for 2 years, over 2 years. Jeff, I know you've been supporting for a long time. I appreciate you guys. You guys make it a little bit easier for me, you know, the support, because you're always gonna have haters and people don't understand, right? How why do you film them? That TikTok mentality comes into YouTube sometimes. On TikTok, I get again on TikTok I only put like 30 seconds, 45 seconds clips, and so in 30 seconds they want like a happy ending, and they don't understand that, dude, that's you just saw 30 seconds, right? In the video description on TikTok, it say go to Lost in Phoenix on YouTube to see the whole 10-15 minute video so you can have full perspective of what was happening. Because the number one question I get on TikTok is, did you help them? And I would say watch the video so you can see that I helped them, right? Or what is help, right? So what can you tell me what help is, right? I don't have a wand. I've never received a wand that just wave it over people and say, "Hey, you're cured of addiction, of homelessness, of mental health." Like I've never received one of those. So if you have one of those, give me one of those, and when I'm out in the street, I'll wave it around and all that, right? But what does help mean, right? So help. We all have different definitions of help, and so a person like Nick, I think we helped, right? Believing in him and listening to him and say, hey, we're going to get you a ticket because that's what you're requesting to go back home. Home, that's help. That's us extending our hand out, to lift them up. And a lot of people on TikTok, um, their attention span is very short. They don't understand that, right? So, what do you do in that situation, right? So it's really tough. It's really really tough to try to explain that to people that might not understand. But uh, for the situation in Apache Junction, 3 year old little boy, that's heartbreaking for the family, the mom, the parents. I don't know the situation. I don't know who had those pills there, but they're in trouble, right? That's going to be manslaughter. So that's where they deserve to be, because a lot of times these pills don't take the person that's consuming, or they take other innocent people such as this 3 year little boy. So that's a tragedy all the way around, right? All because of these stupid pills. So what do you do? Good, Behar. When do you expect Miggy and to start the YouTube channel he was talking about starting? Never. Arlene Sepulveda, have his parents attempted to get him home? I'm so he's 18. He's been struggling with behavioral issues since he was 14. I imagine the family's been trying to help him for 4 years. Has he burnt bridges? Probably. If this is what he's demonstrating with me, and I've only known him for a few days, can you imagine what he's demonstrated to his family in the past 4 years? So a lot of people, that's another question that I get from a lot of people. Why isn't his family helping? Why doesn't his mom help? maybe the mom has helped. Maybe the mom has helped tremendously. We just don't know that, right? So a lot of folks make assumptions. A lot of make people make judgment, right? So try to curtail that, pull that back a little bit, right? Redirect your energy instead of assuming and judging. Just say, yeah, let's give benefit of the doubt to the parents, right? To the mom, and let's put ownership where it belongs, right? He's 18, right? Here's a great chance for him to go to North Carolina, redeem himself, and get seek a new life. So I'm putting it on him. He agreed, he made the decision with me to um, he assured me that he was ready to go, right? So I'm not worried about the mom or the dad or the family or it. This is Nick. So when is Mig's next court date? On Monday. Monday at 8:30 a.m. So this coming Monday on the 6th. So uh, hopefully he gets there because I don't know where he's at anymore. Is the bus ticket refundable? No, it's not. It's not refundable. So, do you have any donation drives planned? That'll be in this November, November of this year. I'll do a donation drive. You think he could have went to jail? That's possible. It's always a possibility. So he might be in there, but most likely no. I commend you for what you do. You can't be everyone's keeper, but you do good work. Yeah. I think the expectations from some folks, is just off, like very off, right? So, a lot of people are in the comfort of their home on their couch, eating cupcakes all day long, and they'll look at my channel and be like, "Why didn't you take him the day you met him, right? Why didn't you do this? And why didn't you get him a plane ticket? And why didn't you? And why did the mom help?" I'm like, "You." So I had to like kind of breathe and like be understanding and give you guys grace and compassion, understanding, and remind myself that I shouldn't just pray for Migs and Nick and Carla and all the other hundreds of people that I interview. Sometimes I have to pray for you guys that are commenting because you guys don't understand about compassion, don't understand about giving grace, don't understand about trying to not be judgmental, right? It's really easy for people at home commenting like, you should have done this, you should have said that, you shouldn't have done this, you shouldn't have gone there. And so, but when it's in the moment, like me going out there, it's a whole different beast, man. It's just different, right? A lot of people, 90% of you folks commenting would not be able to do what I do like on a daily basis out there on the streets, right? You just wouldn't be able to. It'd be impossible for you to do it. Are you going to Super Bowl? No, I don't watch football. I stopped watching. I took a knee on the NFL 5 years ago when they started taking a knee on the flag. I'm very patriotic. I was in the military. I do not support um, anybody. I just don't watch it. I used to be a season ticket holder for the Cardinals. I know their history. I used to trust me. Okay, no bigger fan than me, right, for the NFL. I used to ignore the NFL football players that murder and Andrew Michael Vick, with the dogs and the assaults and the DUIs and the steroids. I would ignore all that, right? Because I love football. But as soon as you start taking a knee for the flag, right? Yeah, I'm very very patriotic. Like America to me is the greatest. It's the shining light on the hill, as Ronald Reagan said in 1986. Right, America is the last bastion of hope for the entire world. As an immigrant, I believe that 100%. Nobody will ever tell me otherwise. It's the greatest nation ever. Um, that's why 2 million people crossed the southern border last year, right, illegally to get here. We're the land of hope, land of opportunity. Some of us make the most of that, right? I made a lot of mistakes, but I'm trying to make the most of my opportunity. as an immigrant. And so it's really sad when I see Americans really spit on the flags, spit on America. They say all these other great countries are great. Take your happy ass to that country and quit spitting on America. So I'm not gonna watch the Super Bowl. I haven't watched the Super Bowl for 5 years. How's Face doing? I have not heard anything from Face. Hopefully he's doing better. I have not seen him, but hopefully he's doing better. He was happy that he got a job last time, right? So that really, the first time I talked to him, he was so depressed and he thought about ending it all. He because nobody wanted to give him an opportunity. They're judging him based off of the his tattooed face, and they were judging him bad. And as soon as this company gave him an opportunity with the job, he felt like a brand new person. Like he had a purpose and a reason to live and a reason to fight and all that stuff. But maybe he's doing well, doing better. I haven't heard from him. They all have my number. They all have my card. When he got the job, he texted me, Art, this is Face. Here's my new number. I got a job. Right? He was all happy. And so that was really cool. It's really cool to see people transform into something better, right? Unfortunately, doing what I do, it's like the opposite. I I've said this before. Some of you guys have said this. Let's think about like Gabby. Okay, so 2 years ago I met her. Okay, 2 years ago. Okay, she was with her mom. She had makeup on. She was a little chunky, right? Her hair was done. She had her what are these called? Eyelashes done. Her nails are done. She had lipstick, right? The next time I saw Gabby, 6 months later, it was like a whole different person. She aged 10 years, no makeup. I'll just go back into the videos, right? And then the next video after that was even worse. And basically, you see people decline. They're, we see people slowly die, basically, right? Look at Blake. The only time that I saw Blake better was after the 3 weeks of sobriety. When he was in that rehab home, he gained a little bit of weight. They did the operation on his throat, so they removed whatever was blocking back there, and he sounded better, right? Even though he had like the little hole, he sounded better. He had more energy, moved quicker, and and after okay, cool, you ready to go? Yeah, I'm ready to go to Colorado. And he wasn't ready. So yeah, so basically Blake, we just saw him get worse, except for that little pause for those 3 weeks, right, when he was in rehab. So we could only do so much. Eric, hello, how you doing? How's Cynthia doing? Cynthia is doing okay. She's doing good. I texted her last week and I said, "Hey Cynthia, are you doing good? Hopefully everything's good." And she said, "Yeah, still working." And awesome, keep it up, keep going. So that's really great. Emma Gretzmacher, I think I pronounced that right. Emma Gretzmacher, I think, right? I'm pretty sure that's a German or Polish name. Phil Da. That's why they shouldn't play, because that is very disrespectful to our flag and to our nation. And I'm Native American. I support you, buddy. Awesome. Yeah. And I respect people. If you want to do that, take a knee, great. You want to watch sports, great. I just choose not to. I choose not to. That's my choice, right? So you're people choose. They're gonna watch the Super Bowl. Millions of people are gonna watch it. That's great. Cool. So I support you doing whatever you want to do as long as it's legal. I choose not to. I never will. Right. So Emma Gretzmacher, you're correct. Even pronounced perfectly. It is a German last name. I'm really good with history, gang. I love history. I love history of the world, and so I'm pretty good with names. I'm like a World War II buff historian, so I'm pretty good with history and like names and all that. So thank you, Emma. Thank you for playing the name game with me. Kareem Castellanos, thank you very much for your generous donation. You are awesome, Kareem. I've never seen your name before, but welcome to the Lost in Phoenix family. I greatly appreciate you. Kareem, thank you. Ross, again, that's what makes this country different than the majority of the planet. We have choice, absolutely. So here in Phoenix, right in the Southwest, it's a heavily populated Mexican origin or Mexican descendancy community, right? I was born in Mexico, been here all my life since I was 3 years old. So I've been in this country 45 years, consider myself more American than anything else. I know where I'm from and I know my roots and I can appreciate my history, but America is where it's at, right? It's not where you're from, it's where you're at, right? So you can say you love this, and I love Australia and I love Mexico, but where do you live, right? Because it's not where you're from, it's where you're at. If you loved Australia so much, why wouldn't you be in Australia? If Australia is so amazing, why wouldn't you be in Australia, right? You love Mexico so much, why would you not be in Mexico? Because America is giving you opportunities, is giving you your children an education and a chance for a better life than any country would give you, right? That's my firm belief. So in Phoenix, we have a lot of people that like waving their Mexican flags, right? And that's cool. Again, you have the choice to wave whatever you want to. If that makes you happy, great. But the difference is that if an American went to Mexico and waved the American flag on their truck, dude, they'd get shot. Like they just wouldn't exist. They disappear, right? So that's what makes America great. That's an example of America. You have the freedom, you have the choice, free will, right? Nobody's gonna bug you because we have that freedom. Um, so yeah, it's a big difference. So that's a great point that you bring up, and I agree with you 100%. There's a lot of we give people a lot of latitude, sometimes too much latitude, in my humble opinion. But Jennifer Valdez, thank you very much, Jennifer, for your generous donation. I greatly appreciate you. You are awesome. Janan, he could be in jail, possibly. He knows my number. He was communicating with me yesterday. He knows my number. I don't think he was in jail. I don't think he's in jail right now. But if he is, uh, I can't bail him out. They say Mexico is not so not poor. It's just some Mexicans who exaggerate. Mm, I was born over there, dude. All my entire family is here because not a lot of opportunity in Mexico. So um, that's just my perspective. That's just mine being born over there, right? So don't listen to me. West Side, are you a proud American? Absolutely, brother. Shoot, if my patriotism doesn't my confidence in America doesn't come out, yeah, yeah, yes, I'm absolutely. I was in the military, so yeah. Polly Pocket, happy Friday to you. Thank you, Sandra Yamas. My daughter and I watched every video. We appreciate you. Thank you for your kind heart. Thank you, Sandra. um, how old is your daughter, right? Because that's really cool that you as a parent are going to sit your daughter down and show her these videos, because Lost in Phoenix, the mission statement is prevention through awareness, right? So you having the courage to have these conversations with your daughter, that means you love her and you're going to expose her to this ugliness, right? Right? Because these videos aren't, it's showing you a lot of stuff. And it's very graphic, very detailed, and you get to see the griminess of the streets, right? How people transform into people that we'd rather not become. And so by you having the courage to have your daughter sit down next to you and watch what's happening, I think that's super critical. That's how we're going to prevent some of this, right? We're not going to cure it, we're not going to fix it overnight, but we will prevent at least one person, Sandra's daughter, from consuming these pills when she's at a party or somebody presents it to her and she says, "Here, try this." She's gonna say, "No, I remember Lost in Phoenix videos. I don't want to end up like that." So, Sandra, great job of parenting. You're my hero. I appreciate you. Mary Guyon, $20. Thank you very much for the donation, Mary. You are awesome. I greatly appreciate your uh, generosity. That's awesome. How long is a Greyhound ride? 48 hours. Charlie Brown, thank you for your service. I appreciate you. Thank you. Days of Rust 99 602. Get along, gang. Happy to be a part of this. Awesome. Thank you. Christian Diaz, thank you for your service. I appreciate you. Thank you. You talk about how bad Mexico is while having a channel about how bad the US is. Um, I think humanity is bad. I think as humans we're going backwards, right? This isn't America versus the world. This isn't a so you're free to interpret my words however you want to. Humanity is going backwards, right? Humanity. So as great as this nation, so great doesn't mean perfect, right? America is a great nation. That's why 2 million people crossed the border illegally last year, right? Because this country gives people opportunities, people like me, right? So great doesn't mean perfect, right? Great just means that it affords people the opportunity to rise above the crap that other nations have, right? And so any nation, Canada's a great nation, right? I wouldn't live there, right? Because I'm here, right? I'm never gonna leave here. Is America better than Canada? I'm not, I'm not saying that, right? I'm saying I'm looking at it from the humanity standpoint, right? While other people are stuck with their little flags. So I get it, and I totally understand. I'm hurting people's feelings, and that's understandable. People get their feelings hurt, and that's the problem with America here in America is we want to put a blanket on everybody so that everybody's happy, right? Inclusive, right? We want to include everybody in the conversation so everybody's happy. And we need to understand that that's never going to happen, right? It's It's never going to happen. It's a fallacy. It's a fairy tale. You have to speak truth. You have to speak the way it is, right? In spite of somebody's feelings being hurt, right? And you're seeing some of the comments, right? I say something and they get defensive and they get mad and all that, and I understand it. It's emotion. You're I get it. But I'm me. I'm not gonna change because you know a person says they're offended or whatever. Yeah, you be you, man. You do your thing, and you have your mindset. You go watch the Super Bowl. Go support whoever you want to support. Go wave whatever little flag you want to wave. But um, I know where I'm at. I know what I've done. So you, you can't uh, you can't keep everybody happy. So I try not to do that. Just call it the way it is, and people support me, great. People don't, I get it. Have you talked to JC's mom? She found her son. Yes, Lizette, thank you. Thanks for reminding me. So I was notified this morning that JC was um, he's locked up right now in Phoenix. So then what's a subscriber sent me the picture, the mugshot, and then I sent it to the mom, Melissa, and she said, "Yeah, I'm the one that called." She found her son yesterday, and she knew that he had warrants, and she called the police so that they can take him. So she knows that he's still alive. She knows where he's at tonight. So I think that's awesome. I think that's great. So a lot of people think that jail is a bad thing, but yeah, it takes away your freedom, but it also gives you a chance to get better, recover, and turn a new leaf, and maybe want to live a better life. Um, so yeah, I think that's great news. Me personally, I think that's great news. DZ, I just feel like you could be doing more to help since you are so close. You get your video and views and help yourself more than anything. So, so DZ, obviously a new person that had the courage to be anonymous and say, I just feel like you could be doing more. So again, I have a full time job. Okay, YouTube is not my job. It really isn't. DZ, you need to go look at the video of Jesus being reunited with his mom. Okay, Jesus and his mom, the mom had not seen Jesus in 3 years, right? I post the video of Jesus up, and all of Tucson called me, his mom, and 2 weeks later, I reunited them. Okay. Watch the video where I took Cookie, dropped her off at Aurora Behavioral Health, or the video of 21-year-old Jay where I dropped him off at Aurora Behavioral Health. Oh no, Copper Springs. Adam, I dropped him off at Intensive Treatment System. The video of Richard and his grandfather and in his wheelchair, stuff them in my vehicle and take them to a shelter. Um, Watch those videos, right? So that might not be to your liking, DZ, but I don't give a shit. Okay, I don't care. That we're always gonna have haters. We're always gonna have haters. Never enough. And so to those people, you can go somewhere else, right? I didn't ask you to come here. I didn't ask you to comment. I didn't ask you to be my bootlicker or anything like that. But at the same time, hold your tongue if you don't know what you're talking about, right? So somebody DZ, I just feel like you could be doing more to help since you are so close. I'm doing what I can. I don't have a cape like you. Maybe you're doing a lot in your community. But this is what I can do. So you're gonna like it, or again, I don't care. So thank you for your comment there. It's funny. Emma Gratzmucker, the kind of people who think you're not doing enough are the ones wouldn't get up off the couch. Yeah, so DZ, she's at home eating cupcakes and just she's able to just criticize people, right? Because we're not moving at her pace, right, or their pace, you know, whatever is going on there with D. But I can't I have to pray for them too, right? I have to give grace and compassion. D is probably suffering from mental health issues, emotional issues. Her puppy might have just died. Her daddy didn't give her enough love. I don't know what the situation is there, but I have to imagine that it's coming from a place of non malice, right? She's not trying to be mean. She just probably doesn't understand that that's her comment is ridiculous. Angel and Viviana. Angel was arrested for robbery like a month ago. So we won't be seeing Angel for a while because that's robbery. There's like different levels of robbery, right? But uh, he should be gone for a while when you're doing robbery. Any update on Nurse Susan? She was in bad shape last time. Since I interviewed her, she's been arrested at least 3 times that I'm aware of. Okay, at least 3 times. So yeah. So I haven't seen her, unfortunately. Um, that really breaks my heart. That she went to college for so many years to be a nurse, and what happened, right, with the Susan. So intelligent, such a big heart to help people, educated, and her peers, other nurses that worked with her, commented. They're like, "I used to work with Susan, and she was a joy to work with. She was such a pleasant person, and they were sad that she was living this way. So it's not even living; it's like surviving, right? But it's really heartbreaking, right? So remind me of what's his name, Chino, right? Chino. I interviewed him 2 weeks ago, and again, from the Asian community, a lot of stigma in that community, a lot of stigma in the Hispanic community, right? A lot of stigma meaning uh, in Hispanic or Asian community, when somebody in the family is going through addiction, the family, and I'm not trying to generalize, right? Just this is what my understanding, me being Hispanic, and what I am understanding from the Asian community, because I have Asian friends, is uh, is they tend to not be as supportive because they view that person as an outcast, as something to be ashamed of, and so they'd rather wash their hands of that person, right? Because they didn't raise them that way, they this, they that, and so I understand the frustration of the family, but I think that just adds on, that just adds fuel to the fire, so makes it worse, right? So it's sad. It's just super sad. Michelle Alvarez says, Susan and I worked together when I was a floating nurse. So sad that this drug is that powerful. Wow. How's Lulu? I haven't seen Lulu. I haven't seen her in a while. Monet, Monet says, Art, you're the bomb. Only when I eat burritos, Monet. Chino is a real and genuine guy. Chino was really cool. After the interview, he got a he got a no during the interview he got a call and he was very upset because his friend couldn't give him a ride or something wasn't gonna pick him. He was very mad. I'm like, dude, calm down. It's okay. I'll take you. Right? I'll take you. I don't know where you need to go, but I'll take you. Right? Because um, I, and I took him, and it was a good conversation. Right? It was a 10-minute ride, and it was a pleasure speaking to him. He was crying and showing emotion. This guy has a lot of emotion, Chino, and I respect him for that because instead of holding it in, he's comfortable letting it out. And I was just telling him not to give up, not to give up, not to give up on himself because he has very low self esteem. I don't think he has a lot of support at home, and unfortunately, he's speaking very freely of his. He'd be okay with not being around anymore. That's why he's okay with 14 ODs. And I'm like, oh my God, that's sad, because is he giving up? Is he giving up on himself? And I asked him like, dude, what is it? Like, what's the problem? What's the pain? And he's like, it just hurts. He said it hurts. Uh, what did what did Gustavo say the other day, right? I uploaded his video on Monday, I believe, or Tuesday. Gustavo, and he said, when I when I do drugs, it's like it gives me the warm hug that my mom never gave me. And so that's powerful because when we get down to it, that's where it starts. A lot of this starts at home, right? Lack of nurturing, lack of affection, lack of love, lack of communication, right? And so that trauma, Migs didn't receive it, Chino didn't receive it, Gustavo didn't receive it. And so their coping skills, coping mechanisms didn't kick in or they didn't develop or they just don't have coping skills to battle to fill the void that they didn't receive. And so they go to substances or something that's going to fill that hole. And so they all have a common thread. They all have that common thread that it all goes back to their childhood. It all goes back home. That's tragic to me. Marilyn Dedich, thank you, Cosmic Angel. It's like they have reactive attachment and numbing through the pain. Absolutely, I believe that. So this live session tonight, I opened it up to all people. And so basically, a lot of people here that are commenting are people that aren't subscribed. They're people probably their first time joining my live. And so they really don't know the history. They don't know what I'm doing. They just see me recording somebody and they're thinking, what are you doing? Why aren't you helping? Why are you making fun of people? Why are you recording them in their worst moment? So that they're making all these assumptions and judgments off of, they're not watching the full video. They're just watching a snippet and they're commenting like the idiots that they are. So that's the problem when I open it up to like everybody is when it's like when I limit it just to subscribers, obviously you guys have been with me for years, 2 years, a year. You guys know the history and what I'm doing and the intent behind it. And so you have to ignore some of these people that are commenting because you're going to have people that just don't. It's their brain hasn't developed and they're not giving the benefit of the doubt. On the contrary, they're trying to castigate me, put me down, punish me, right? Without them, but they don't understand that they look foolish because you guys do know the history, and right away we know who they are and what they're doing. DZ, why do you open it up for all of us idiots? Um, because I'm trying to educate you idiots. That's why, DZ. I'm trying to let you know because I've been talking for an hour and 5 minutes, and I've dropped a lot of information on you. I've dropped a lot of intent, right? I've dropped a lot of information on people, on updates. And so that makes sense to 90% of people here. For the other new people, like everybody, even the dummies, I'm hoping that something clicks in their head and be like, oh, okay, wow, I should really give the benefit of the doubt to this guy. I should really watch his videos. I should really inform myself. And then I won't be a big dummy, right? So that's why. George Sullivan, thank you very much. You are awesome. I think you're in New Zealand. You're a Kiwi. People from New Zealand, they call them Kiwis. I don't know why, but they're known as Kiwis. Monet, Rig, Art, thank you for being you. Thank you, Monet. You are awesome. I appreciate you. Lou, that's a really good question. Lou J 2020J. Do you feel God has called you to help people? I really do, So 2 years ago, before I started doing this, I was like the dummies, right? Like some of you dummies, the ones that are commenting, hating. I was very judgmental. I was very, why don't they get a job? Why don't they this? Why don't they that? Right? Really not understanding the the the, the mechanics behind it, right? And so doing this has really opened up my uh, gosh, just I'm very open to realizing what addiction really is. I don't have the answers, right? I don't think anybody does, but I'm more compassionate, more understanding, and I think God is using me as a tool somehow. I don't understand religion. I consider myself Christian because I remember going to church with my grandma when I was little to church, and so I considered myself Christian, but I wish I could be a better, more spiritual, right? And every day I try to get better. Every day I try to improve. I'm my worst critic. I need to do better in a lot of avenues, right? But that's just my path as a human. I'm trying to improve, just like you guys are trying to improve, right? So the day that I stop trying to improve is the day that I'm going to get worse because when you think you have it all figured out, that's the day that reality is going to hit you in the butt. So just me saying dummy is a toxic habit. Also, I don't care. Elysia, how is Janetta? Janetta is still out there. She's been out there for over 2 years. I just uploaded a short video of her. She was sweeping the parking lot at a Home Depot for some reason. I don't know why she was doing that, but she was doing that. So Yeah. Felix Rosales, thank you very much. Katie Shepard. My fourth grade teacher was Mr. Shepard. He was awesome. Hopefully he's doing better, but he was awesome, dude. Jenny Creek, I try. I'm not perfect, very imperfect, but you guys get the me non-sanitized, version, right? And so um, think, look at it this way: with family, we accept family for who they are, their mistakes, their errors. We still love them, right? We might not agree with them 100%. We don't agree with what they wear, their fashion, the tattoos they got, but we love them just the same. And so that's what we need to do as a community, right? Whether it's Lost in Phoenix, it's your family, it's your friends. We still have to learn to love each other regardless, right? So again, that's why I try to be understanding with some of the dummies on here because I still love you guys, right? Some of the dummies that comment, be critical. I think they're misguided, but I don't throw them away completely. I still accept you, but just try to understand and be compassionate because it works both ways, right? When both sides are being compassionate and understanding, then we can move on, move forward, and learn from each other. But if you're just going to be punishing and pointing fingers, and then that's we can't move past that. Tony Medina, thank you very much, Tony. You are awesome. Thank you. Is D still here? Alicia Sabas is working. Like 2 weeks ago, somebody in comments said, "Hey, I was at home. I went outside, and there's a group of guys working outside. I was smoking outside, and a guy from the crew, the work crew that was working in front of my house, he came up to me and said, 'Hey, you have a lighter or a cigarette?' And I gave him. I said, 'Hey, your name is Slump, huh?' And he said, "Yeah, my name is Sabas." And oh, dude, I've seen you on Lost in Phoenix, and he said that he's chunky and he was working. So that was a good update, and that's what I've told you guys because I texted Angelita. Angelita was his mom. Angela was commented on a live session last week, so she was in here. I asked her how Sabas is doing. She's working, and that's awesome. So people recovery is possible, right? People do recover. Half of you people in here are in recovery, or of somebody that's in recovery, or your family, or so recovery is possible. It's just a lot of hard work, right? And it's recovery is at your time, right? It's not in Lost in Phoenix time. It's not Arch time. It's not mom's time. It's that individual's time, right? So um, if it isn't Nick's time today or tomorrow, eventually it'll be his time to for recovery. We just hope that it's not before the grains of sand fall through the hourglass, right? That's what I'm hoping for. Yulene Wages, she is in recovery, so I think that's amazing. I think that's really amazing. So keep it up. I'm gonna ask you guys a little bit about you. It's 9:10 here in Phoenix, but it's Friday. It's Friday, right? It's Friday. I don't have work tomorrow. I'm gonna stay up late, right? I'm gonna be a bad boy and stay up late. Uh, and I'm gonna ask you guys questions now, right? So I'm gonna turn the tables. Uh, where are you guys from? So Jeff is in Ohio. Shorty is in Phoenix. Who else? Monet is in Texas. Yulene, I'm not sure where you're at. Darlene, I don't know where you're at. Anthony Garcia. Wait, Leonel Oro, Tampa. Anthony Garcia, California. South Carolina, Gamecocks. Ali, Colorado. Texas, Good Bejar. I think there's a county called Bejar County, right? You guys call it Bear County or something, but it's Bejar. Austin Lee is in Glendale. York, Pennsylvania, Estella, Glendale, Illinois, the Illini, Fighting Illini, Brenda is Woot Woot, wherever that's at. Eulene Wages is Kentucky Bluegrass. Ana Jacinto is Salinas, California. Salinas, I think you guys, Salinas, what do I know about Salinas? I think there's a prison there. I think there's a lot of, like a lot farming area, right? I think so. Cache, New Mexico. I lost. Lou J. Bakersfield. Araceli wants to remain private. Ryan is LA County, hopefully not jail. Yesenia, South Phoenix. Melissa Cosio, San Diego. Valerie Lopez, Covina. Eric Mejia is in the war zone, Albuquerque. Nicole Deswood is in Chinle, Arizona. She is Danae. Hello, Nicole. Thank you for joining. Maribel is in North Cal. Sandra is, she's a Tar Heel from North Carolina. Andrea is, gosh darn it. Andrea. I, I lost you already. You, it updates and I lose where I was at. God. Andrea is Dallas. Debbie, Mesa, Mad Marius, AZ. Unknown is Mesa. Laura is Lulu, LA. Brenda, West Coast. Or I don't know what she's saying, but Janan, Washington, apples, right? I think Macintosh apples from up there. Pomona, California. I think not my Richie was from Pomona, right? I think, right? Richie Valens. AC, born in East LA. Uh, Reno, Nevada, the biggest little city. Toronto Maple Leaves, Canada for Antonia. Destiny, lots of Texans. Yeehaw. Mary Guyon, transplant from AZ to, you went from AZ to Ohio. That's why you're freezing your butt off instead of Ohio to Arizona. I see how it is, Mary. Leave us Arizonans. That's cool. Melissa Cosio, San Diego. Alicia is in the war zone, Albuquerque. Anthony Garcia, appreciate you. Thank you. Lulu is LA. Jennifer Litchfield Park. Kofax, Third Nipple, Dallas. Ana Jacinto, the Salad Bowl, Pasadena, right? Or no? No, that's the Rose Bowl. Never mind. I'm sorry. Take that back. Lupe Casillas, Santa Maria, California. Eric, Albuquerque, or what do you got? What do they say? Curque, right? I can't pronounce it. Weenie Beanie, North Carolina, Tar Heel. Natalie Fontenelle is Omaha, Nebraska. You're a Cornhusker. Daniel de los Santos in Behar County in Texas. You guys call it bear, pronounce it bear, like Bear, but I think in Spanish it's Bejar. Ross Ginn, born in East LA. Brianna Llamas is in California. Shirley is anything for Salinas. What movie is that from? Right? I love that little anything for Salinas. Um, Harvard graduate Salinas reminds me of the book of Mice and Men. You're absolutely right. Like the farming, right? The farming community. That's so true. Wow. Jay Olivares is Tampa, Florida. Oh man, I'm Locola La Tigre, Mars. Cool. Vanessa is Colorado Springs, originally from Paso Robles, California. Rhonda is she's a Razorback from Arkansas. Phoenix, Arizona is from Phoenix, Arizona. What's up? Kansas City Royals, just me. Jose Reyes is from Earth. Cali Rizzi is from sunny Florida. Addie is from California. Ruby is from Phoenix, Arizona. Cash Burke, yes, Burke. Um, Sorry, gang, got a phone call. Aloha State, that's Hawaii. I was there in August. Beautiful, man, beautiful. It was exactly what I imagined Hawaii, like exactly like paradise. There's flowers and trees and bushes I've ever seen ever in my life. Uh, I was waiting for dinosaurs to come out from behind the mountains. When I was driving, like it's just amazing. Like I would probably live in Hawaii. Andrea, do you wear a mask? No. Johnny Tapia. Uh, I remember watching his fights right back in the '90s. I was still a teenager back then. I remember watching his fights, Johnny Tapia, and he would fight that other guy from New Mexico, Danny Romero, right? So he was so good, Johnny Tapia. Uh, yeah. So rest in peace. Taken by addiction. Yeah, sad. Sandra from Claremont, California, West Side, NorCal. I had a donation for Blake for months, but his PayPal never shown. Uh, Blake is deceased. Like he left us about what 3 months ago, so I'm not sure. Thank you for what your willingness to donate, though. I appreciate you. When is there going to be a Lost in Tucson chapter? uh, I don't know if I'm gonna do chapters. I'm just here. Cheryl 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 Culbertson is South Carolina Gamecocks, right? So University of South Carolina Gamecocks, right? So they're good at football. Did you watch the WWF? This is how old I am. I uh I watched the first WrestleMania. I watched not in person, but I watched on TV live when Hulk Hogan picked up Andre the Giant and body slammed him, and he had back problems for the rest of his life because of that. I was really young back then. That was in the '80s, I think, right? WrestleMania one. Uh, that was so cool. I wish that was a lot of fun. So that's how old I am. Junkyard Dog, um, Junkyard Dog, the Iron Sheik, Andre the Giant, um, Tito Santana, right? The Hispanic dude. I want to be like Tito. Who else? Well, there's so many different characters. That was really cool. Jake the Snake. Uh, uh, Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper is a cool dude. Um, Macho Man Randy Savage. I can't do it. I can't do it right now, but I can do a good Macho Man. Yeah, I sound kind of close like him, but Macho Man Randy Savage. Bite into a Slim Jim or something, right? Jimmy Superfly Snuka. I think it was from, was he Tonga or Hawaii or somewhere? Elizabeth. Elizabeth was pretty. Yeah, I used to have a crush on Elizabeth. Yeah, 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 yeah. What's your favorite local Arizona beer? Man, I don't have I don't drink a lot of beer. When I drink beer, it's Coors Light. So in my refrigerator, I have Coors Light. When I go to like a restaurant, I have like Blue Moon. So Ultimate Warrior, the Dingo Warrior. Um, who else back then? Who were the tag teams? Bret Hart and his brother. I forgot the other Hart. Uh, Mouth of the South. What's his name? There's always the bad guys, right? The bad guys versus the good guys, right? So it was interesting. Owen Hart, the Bushwhackers, Hillbilly Jim, Jimmy Hart, Road Warriors. Wow, you guys are taking me back. The Bushwhackers. Um, that's funny. Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Oh shoot. Ted DiBiase. Wow, I haven't heard that name in a long time. Sergeant Slaughter from GI Joe. I used to watch GI Joe. I used to watch Voltron, GI Joe, He Man. Uh, those were my cartoons, right? Uh, I used to play Galaga in the '80s. Pac Man and Galaga, Asteroid on the arcade, right? 25 cents. So one of these days, I'm gonna buy a Galaga machine, right? The arcade, legit arcade machine. I can't wait. I was really good at Galaga, really, really good. Mean Gene Okerlund, right? He's still alive, which I'm kind of surprised about. John Polly Pocket said, "I don't know any of them. I started watching when it was John Cena, Randy Orton, Triple H. So I've heard those names, but I stopped watching as soon as like Hulk Hogan and those guys retired. I retired from they changed right to WWE, all that stuff. So yeah, Mean Gene is gone. Rest in peace, Mean Gene. I thought I saw him recently, but yeah, I mean he's OG. Cosmic Angel, love Donkey Kong. I played it backwards for life. Coco Beware, remember him? That's funny. All right, so I know where you guys are from. You guys are basically everywhere, um, everywhere across the United States right now. So some of you guys like midnight, right? So thank you guys for sharing your Friday. So what's the next question we can ask the group so I can try to get to know you guys? What do you guys do for work? Okay, so my full time job, I'm in management in the insurance industry. I've been there for 15 years. So what do you guys do, right? So ready, go. Just me is retired, so congratulations on your retirement. I can't wait till I'm retired and I can do whatever I want to do. Good Behad is a call center. Jeff, site work. Monet is a nurse. Yulene is retired. Awesome. Austin Lee is a merchandiser. Awesome. And Amazon. Man, you're busy. Ruben, antivirus is over the road driver. So you're like a truck driver. Awesome. Slick Poo is, man, what happened? I lost. Is a carpenter. Awesome. Polly Pock is a waitress. Thank you for being a waitress. That's a tough job. My mom was a waitress, and so that's how we survived off of the generosity that people gave, the tips that they gave. So I'm over 20% when I tip. I'm 25% because I know that that waitress has children at home, just like my mom was a waitress and she had children at home, and so I overgive on my tips because I know that they need it. So Polly Pocket, thank you. KC is a nurse. M is a massage therapist. Awesome. Anna Jacinto is a code enforcement officer. So when you get an email from your HOA, it's from Anna. Gina is a teacher. Thank you, Gina, for being a teacher, trying to educate our. That's a tough job, right? Police, military, nurses, and teachers. That's tough. Those are tough, tough jobs. So I commend you guys. Funky lace, refurnished dresser. Cool. Katie Shepard, home health. Awesome. Yuka is a nurse. Learn Korean, Japanese, and Chinese. Bakery in Taiwan. Thank you for tuning in all the way in the other side of the world in Taiwan. Veronica works in a hospital. Thank you for working in a hospital. Locola, digital nomad. Awesome. Bonnie, college student, and I'm in my 40s. You're awesome, Bonnie. Go get that education. You're my hero. A lead janitor. I've been doing this for 3 years. I was a janitor when I was a kid. Okay, so there's you do what you need to do to feed your family and support yourself. So I commend you for having a full time job and not being at home and just waiting for others to support you. So that I think that's awesome. Ruby sales for 17 years. That's awesome. Mary Lechuga is in Phoenix. Yay. Anthony Garcia, general construction contractor. Awesome, Anthony. That's a tough job. I lost. Gosh, I hate when I lose. Comments come in and I lose like where I was in the order. Wayne is a handyman. Cosmic Angel, 23 years with at-risk youth and behavioral health, children's and family. That's awesome. That's a tough job. Thank you for doing that, Cosmic. Antonia is a paralegal. That's awesome. Got to be smart for that. Janelle, community manager for affordable housing. That's awesome. Amanda Gunn, commercial insurance account manager. Gosh, that has to be a tough job too. Ren Hoke, I'm a nanny in Denver area. That's awesome. Yuri Montalvo, certified caregiver. That's awesome. Lou, real estate investor. I own property in 2 countries and 4 cities. Lou, you are awesome. I used to have my real estate license. Uh, I got my license in 2005, and I was doing that for 3 years. And it was I love real estate is awesome. When I joined the army, uh, I was in Fort Benning, Georgia, and my license lapsed. I got back and said, "Hey guys, can you guys give me like They said no, you got to start all over." So that was kind of messed up. So basically, my license lapsed, but I'm gonna activate it again, and I'll let you guys know when that happens. I just been busy. Uh, Janan, I work for a vet clinic. That's so cool. Brenda is an entrepreneur investor. Brenda, great job investing in yourself. Anthony Garcia is only 26. Yay for youth. Yesenia Ortiz is administration for a hospital. Awesome. Estero Design, cab driver, art student. That is so cool. You're you're funding your education. That is awesome. Valerie Lopez is preschool teacher. Great. Helping our youth. Jackie Navarro, call center for a transportation company. That's awesome, Jackie. Shirley works at a print shop. Debbie is in education. Jeff is heavy equipment operator. Man, that's a tough job. Myra Cordero is a hairstylist. That is so cool, Myra. Thank you. Toyota manufacturing in San Antonio, Texas, probably Bear County, right? Bejar County. Felix Rosales worked in the printing press room, been there for 42 years. Holy geez, 42 years. Congratulations on that's a long time to be at one job. So great job, Felix. Hopefully you retire soon, man. Enjoy your life. Just me, retired paramedic. Enjoy your retirement. KC is a nurse. That is so cool. AC is health plan member services. That is awesome. Ali is in human resources. Yay. Jaws, City of Tucson Environmental Services. Awesome. Alluring Pisces Merchant Service for a credit card processing company. Awesome. Itsy Bitsy Spider, EMT, Emergency Medical Technician. I took an EMT course in at Phoenix College 20, 15 to 20 years ago. And that was such a fun course, man. I loved the EMT course. I went, I was trying to be a firefighter. I went through all their, the physical almost killed me. The not the physical, the obstacle course. I almost died. It was really hard, but I passed. And I went all the way to the interview board. And I did a real good job, but they were hiring five people. And you know how many people applied? 5,000 applicants, and they only needed five people. So this guy's son got it. This son's nephew got it. So it wasn't. I didn't get it. Sandra Prayer is a Marine Corps wife. Awesome. Thank you for supporting the military, Sandra. Mariela Torres, your skin is so smooth. No, it's not. It's really not. Trust me. Jose Raya's job is he's the ultimate warrior. Leslie Brown, social worker. Ross Ginn, me too. Nicole Deswood, non medical transport driver, part time. Awesome. David, take care of exotic birds and semi retired. David, go full time retirement. Enjoy your life, man. Amanda Sandoval, UPS, I load the brown trucks. That is so cool. Not fun because I did it, but it's so cool. Zelda for life, Shram, veterinarian over here. That's so awesome. Jose Reyes, the demolitions, Kiara, production operator, Yulene Wages, waitressing is hard work. I did it for years. DGO 360, Steel Mill. Wow. Deborah Franco, nurse for AZ State Veteran Services. Thank you for helping veterans. I appreciate you, Deborah. That's a tough job. Slick Poo, local 1912 carpenters, journeyman. Awesome. Contractor at 26. Good job, Anthony. Natalie Fontenelle, casino shift manager. I'll let you know when I'm gonna go play, Natalie, or you let me know when the machines are gonna pay out. Okay. Steph H is a mortician in training. Man, that's a tough job. That has to be a tough job. Darlene Islava, medical transportation. Thank you for transporting our folks with medical needs. AC, Medicare, health plan. I lost. Elon Musk is CEO at SpaceX and Tesla and Twitter. Elon Musk is cool. Elon Musk for president. Viola Mech is flight attendant. So cool. Jose Reyes, hauling and Gardner. Awesome. That's a tough job. Capital B is a manager. Melissa Mendoza, registered dental assistant for 20 years, currently on disability. Get better, Melissa. Joel Bracamonte is Coke CDL driver. He drives a big truck delivering Coke, the drinking kind. Marcelo Garza is an auto technician. That's so cool. You guys are funny. Um, where can we buy your hats you usually have on? Yeah, I got a haircut today, so I don't have my hat on because I got a haircut, so I have all these little tiny hairs everywhere. So um, I don't have any hats. Just have my hats. But if I do get hats, I'll let you guys know. Okay, so that's pending. I'll update you guys later on the hats. Crystal Schroeder, hi from Wisconsin. I'm gonna be in Wisconsin in April, so I'm gonna go eat some corn. No wait, cheese curds, right? That's what they call them in Wisconsin. Cheese curds. So they're basically like little cheese bites, and they dip them in something, and they're good. So capital B is medical body disposal unit. Dang, I don't even want to know. I'm going to Wisconsin to have a meeting, have a leadership meeting in April, so it's coming up soon. Gosh, I was gonna go to Albuquerque, but Billy went last week, so we're not going. So he took off without me. Uriel Briseño, haven't seen Mercy and Slump. So Mercy was arrested 2 weeks ago. So she's still out there doing the same thing. I just haven't run into her. So she's still out there. And Sabas is working. So he's in recovery. He's working. He's no longer slumped. When he was on the streets, he was slumped. He's working in recovery, doing a great job. So he's Sabas. Sabas is his name. Ruben, Wisconsin is way up there. Yeah, I've been there. I've been going there for 13 years. So two times. I've been there a lot of times. Madison and Milwaukee. Have you considered membership here? Ross, again, yeah, membership. We've been doing membership for like over a year. It's called Super Fans. So my moderators are my super fans. Jeff is a super fan. Ruby is a super fan. So they're my moderators. They moderate the conversation. If there's like a troll in here just talking down to people or being negative, they they delete messages and I block them. So yeah. JC Kasinga, every time I write something, you just ignore it. So I'm looking at 100 comments here and questions and all that. So I'm bound to not see everybody's. So give me grace, give me understanding so that I can read your messages. If not, I'm probably not going to read your messages going forward because you're not giving me grace and understanding. So What's up, bro? You coming to Chicago? I was in Chicago in September or October. I was in Chicago in September or October for another meeting. Yeah, I was there for a day or two. Gosh, it was fun. Had a blast. Have you been to Colorado? Have I been to Colorado? I don't think so. I don't think I've ever been to Colorado. Been to Texas, California, Las Vegas. Been to New Orleans. Been to Chicago. I was Chicago with the Navy. Milwaukee or Wisconsin for work. Um, New Orleans for the Navy. So yeah, I've been around. El Paso, Texas. Yeah, I've been there. Little tiny town El Paso, and then across the border, like this massive city. So odd. Visit us in Colorado. It's too cold for me. I get the moderator thing. So Ross, so my moderators are in a membership. They're part of the membership. They're super fans. They are invested in Lost in Phoenix. So I just happened to make them moderators as a thanks for being super fans. So thank you for that. Have you been to Los Angeles? I have. A lot of times I haven't been there recently, but I want to go. I want to go stay at the that hotel. God, I've been telling you guys for 2 years. I don't want to go there. The hotel is called. Why do I always forget? I get this block when I talk about that hotel. Um, Somebody please remind me the hotel in Skid Row. What is it called? L.A. Anybody? Cecil Hotel. Yes, I want to stay at the Cecil Hotel. Um, I'm gonna try to find out where Richard Ramirez stayed because he would stay there at their Cecil Hotel. So I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna turn off all the lights and I'm gonna do a live session with you guys. Okay. So let's see how that goes. That's funny. I know. That's what I'm saying. All scared. Uh, yeah, that's funny. So yeah, I do really do want to go to LA to just go see. They have their own little disaster, the Skid Row area. So I think that'd be good to go there. So I'm trying to go, soon. I'm already going to Wisconsin in April. Maybe I could do an interview in Milwaukee. We'll see. Um, I always, so I'm like a history guy. Uh, um, I remember I always wanted to go where, what's his name? Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer was from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but the apartment where he lived, they demolished it. So I'm gonna try to find out where he used to work at, right? And go, here's where Jeffrey Dahmer at this chocolate factory behind me. So who knows what he was putting in those chocolates? Angelina Nugent. My husband said he met you today. Angelina, if your husband is Ted Nugent, I didn't meet him today, but I meet a lot of people. So it's possible I did meet people today. I'm not sure what his name was, but if you could refresh my memory. Just me. Did you watch the Netflix documentary on the Cecil Hotel? Actually, did watch the documentary, um, but I had known about the Cecil Hotel previously because uh, back at the '80s when Richard Ramirez was doing this craziness, I lived in California as a kid for a few years, and so I've always been interested, and I can again, I'm like a historian, right? I'm a history buff, and I know Ted Bundy. I know not personally, but I know their stories, right? And not just from recently, but back in the '80s, '90s, I was like following their story and trying to understand like why people do the things that they do, right? So I've been aware of the Cecil Hotel, and it's crazy history. So Ted Nugent, Monet doesn't like Ted Nugent. I love Ted Nugent. I love Ted Nugent. I love his music. I think he's a cool dude. I'd love to have a beer with Ted Nugent. He is awesome. Falcon Park, to be exact. Uh, yeah, Abel and his friend or family. Yeah, so I met a lot of guys today, or a lot of people today, so that was fun. Yeah, Abel and the other gentleman who had a really good conversation. So I don't know which one's your husband, but they're really good people to spend time talking to me. I was asking them a couple questions, so that's awesome. What part of California did you live in? I lived in Barstow, California. I love true crime. I love true crime, and I tend to be on the conservative side. So hey, but I love all my left leaning people, right? So I still love you, Monet. You are awesome. Barstow, California is where I went to. Yeah. So here's something funny. Um, For the fourth grade, I was in Phoenix. Fifth grade, California. Sixth grade, Phoenix. Seventh grade, California. Eighth grade, Phoenix. Ninth grade, California. 10th grade, Phoenix, and I ended up staying here. So isn't that crazy? So I would go for the summer to California, and then I would stay for the year. I would come to Phoenix for the summer, and I would stay for the year. So I did that for years. It was so cool. It's odd when I look back at it. I'm a true crime junkie, Destiny. You can't be a true crime the junkie. I'm a true crime. I've been following true crime for since I was a kid because I've always found that fascinating, like the human mind, right? Why do some people do the crazy things that they do, right? John Wayne Gacy, Ted Bundy, Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski, Richard Ramirez, all these people doing these insane things that we normal people wouldn't do, right? But I think we all have that inner demon, and we just need to keep it inside, right? So be careful. Unsolved Mysteries from the '80s. What was his name? Robert Stack, right? Robert Stack, Unsolved Mysteries. That's funny. Monet, yeah, John Benet Ramsey, right? So before I die, I want to know who killed JFK, who killed John Benet Ramsey, right? There's just questions I want answered, right, before I die. So I wish we can get answers, but there's some things we probably won't ever know, unfortunately. Good, Behar. Lost in Phoenix is the only novela I watch. That's funny. I used to watch novelas when I was a kid, with soap operas. Melanie Oros. I think John Bonet's killer committed. Self harm. Possibly conspiracy theories and JFK. I don't understand how one when you look at the history of what's his name of Lee Harvey Oswald. Um, how can that guy do what he they claim he did? Right? I just don't. I don't get it. It just doesn't make sense to me. You know, a few months before he was in Mexico, and all of a sudden, all he was in Mexico, he walked into the Russian consulate, right? And then he kills the president. Like, how? Make me understand how that's possible in the 60s, right? How do you have enough money in the 60s? He's unemployed, no money, but he has money to go to Mexico, the Mexican consulate in Mexico City. How do you afford the plane ticket, right? What's he doing talking to the Russians in Mexico? How did he get a ticket to go back to Texas, right? It doesn't make sense, man. It just doesn't. Art, have you ever encountered a rattlesnake on your property? No, I did encounter a scorpion like this big last month. That was creepy because I'd never seen a scorpion in person like that. I saw a rattlesnake hiking. I've seen two rattlesnakes. That was creepy because when I go hiking, I go far, and I don't want to get bit because that's bad. Because yeah, so I got creeped out when I saw those snakes. Good questions from Ross. What's your opinion on aliens? Man, aliens. Space is so infinite, like it never ends. There's like no ending to space. And so in this vast universe, we're the only ones that are intelligent life. I don't know. I don't know. I have to. I'm with you guys that I have to see it before I believe it. I kind of understand that, so I'm like kind of in the middle with that. Um, here in Arizona, we had an interesting story in the '70s. Look it up. It's called "Fire in the Sky." It's a story of Walton. I forgot his first name. His last name is Walton. Him and his friends were chopping down trees in northern Arizona in the '70s, right? And they saw a ship, and the dude gets out of the truck. They're in a truck, and he gets out at night, and he walks towards it, and the ship takes him, like beams him up, and he disappears for 5 days. 5 days later, the aliens let him go. I forgot his last first name again, but it's Walton. Happened in Strawberry, Arizona, back in the '70s. There's multiple people that saw that, so that was so cool. Don Find Jamie Valdez just became a super fan. Thank you, Don. I appreciate you. Thank you for becoming a super fan. That's a good way to support the channel. So thank you. I appreciate you. Um, did you hear about the Chinese spy balloon? I did hear about it, and I don't really know what all that is. So I'm really not gonna comment on it because I really don't know the deal. Something about a balloon over Montana. What's in Montana to spy? I don't know. Yellowstone Ranch, um, Phoenix Lights. My mom saw something that night for Phoenix Lights, right? So back in the '90s, there's like this massive ship for miles, right? For miles that just went over Phoenix at night at like 9 at night, and my mom saw something, right? So um, or heard something about that back then. So something's going on. Something's happening. The wellness bee, is she in here? The wellness bee says, speak with the natives people. They will tell you we are not alone. The wellness bee. The wellness bee, I've known her. How long have I known you, wellness bee? I've known her 20 years. 20 years? 20, no, longer, 25 years. I'm going to do the math. Let me do the math real quick. Um, I think I've known her for 20 years. I think. So she's a good friend. She's awesome. Um, so thank you for joining, Wellness Bee. Tell your mom and dad I said hi. What happened to Vanessa? She was pregnant when I saw her on your channel. I haven't seen Vanessa since then. Hopefully, she's doing better. I haven't heard or seen from her, so I'm praying that everything's going well for her and her family. Um, I think that's normal for me not to hear from these folks, right? Uh, I hope and pray that they're doing better, even though um, I don't hear from them, right? But hopefully, some person that watched their interview learned from the life they were living, and it helped prevent somebody from coming out to the streets. Ryan Sherman, is Arizona nice? I have never been there. Arizona is horrible. Go to California or New Mexico or Nevada. Jump over Arizona. That's funny. Do you like peanut butter? That is so crazy you asked me that question because last night I made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, strawberry jelly, and I enjoyed it because I hadn't had one in and probably a year. So that's weird that you asked me that. What happened to Jesus, the one you uh, had to block? Phoenix AZ. He says, "Why the f do you live there?" Um, so I was being sarcastic. Phoenix AZ. I love Phoenix. I love Arizona. I was being sarcastic so that anybody trying to move here, they can just go somewhere else, right? So it's tongue in cheek. I don't think Phoenix AZ got it, but he'll get a hide user for that. So the Modern Monk. I'm gonna try to read the Modern Monk. Kia bat ho rahi hai idhar. I think I did a good job pronouncing that. I don't know what it means, but I think I pronounced it pretty good. One of the defense areas are there in Montana. Yeah, possibly. I think we have a bunch of defense areas all over I think all over the world. So yeah, why would another country invade our airspace, right? Um, I'm not even gonna go there, but do you guys have any? What else do you guys want to discuss? It's 10 o'clock. here in Arizona. Some of you guys are back in the East Coast. It's like 1 a.m. wherever you're at. So that's crazy. People constantly ask Art if he is married. He never answers. I think he is. I'm gonna let you guys guess on all that stuff. Some things I keep close to the vest. It's midnight in Florida, so Florida's 2 hours ahead. Um, so in Arizona, we don't change our time. Um, we don't change our time. So people on the East Coast they change their time, right? They uh, what's it called? What do they call it? I forgot. I don't even know the term. I just always have to remember, the 2 hours ahead, 3 hours ahead. I think it's crazy. I'm glad we don't. So, do you ever go out dancing? I do not. Daylight savings time. Yes, daylight savings time. So Arizona does not do daylight. We don't adjust our clocks ever for some reason. So I kind of like that. Finna G. I think the 50-hour bus ride freaked out Nick. At one point, he mentioned he wanted to fly home. Um, yeah, yeah, he did mention he wanted to fly home. But did he have an ID? No. Uh, in the 5 hour plane ride when he's getting sick, they're not going to let him stay locked up in the restroom, right? Um so he realized that and said, okay, yeah, it makes sense to get on the bus because the bus is going to make multiple stops, like a lot of stops, and I can use the restroom on a more regular basis, when I need to on my trip. So it's not ideal, but is Chino Vietnamese? Chino, yes, he is. Chino is from Vietnam. Don, hello, how are you? I wish he would have took some Suboxone and went. So the ticket is for tomorrow at 6:20 p.m. Arizona time. Uh, I did it on purpose. I got the ticket for tomorrow because in case some issues happen today, which they did. So we still got time. He still can change his mind and call me, which he hasn't all day today. So um, that's okay. Um, that's he'll be ready when he's ready to change his life. In the meantime, we'll keep doing what we do, right? I felt Chino's pain. Yeah, that was a tough interview. Chino, he's a really good guy. He has a really good heart, but he's feeling he has like a emotional hole in his chest that he's trying to fill with this addiction with these pills. So it's really sad. Destiny says, let's have faith. He might go. Um, George Michael said, you gotta have faith, right? So all you can do is pray, cross your fingers, and the decision is Nick's. Like the ball is in his court. Um, will I go out there and drive around and look for him? Um, Probably not. He has my number. He knows my number. He just contacted me yesterday. So again, he has to meet me halfway. I can't be the one chasing him around. I've done more than enough. We have done more than enough So it's going to be him to to reach out. Do you realize your actions and the history you're making will result in the Wikipedia page being made and your name stamped into the pages of history? That's funny. Um, Tea or coffee? I'm not a big coffee guy. I'm not a big tea guy. I probably should start drinking green tea more often going forward. Elma Cabrera, just curious in your interviews, have you ever asked if they have faith or believe in God? No, not really. I really don't. If it comes out during the conversation, right, I'll say God bless you, or a lot of them will, because you guys see 10 minutes but of the recorded video, but I talked to them before the interview, right? Before, and I talked to them after the recorded interview. So a lot of conversation is had that you guys don't see. Um, I'm not good at really speaking, about God because my spiritual journey is not to the level that I would feel comfortable. So I believe in God. I think God dwells in me, but I'm not like an expert on the Bible or the Word of God or stuff like that, right? So I can only relay words of comfort from my standpoint, not a biblical standpoint. Elma Cabrera, thanks for answering. You and they are always in our Bible study prayers. Thank you, Elma. I appreciate you for doing that. Prayers are accepted. Prayers are good. Prayers could put good vibes out in the world, in the universe, and I think God hears our prayers. So I appreciate you. I'm not a Bible thumper either, but I love God. Yeah, I think we all have different interpretations of religion and what's God, and you know, am I a Christian? Do I attend church every day, every Sunday, once a month? Does God live within me if I don't go to church, right? So I think that's church religion is each individual's interpretation. I firmly believe that. So, like the Catholic Church would say, no, you got to follow our Catholic doctrine. Or you can have the Muslim faith, no, you got to follow our Muslim doctrine. And hey, I respect you, you respect me, and let's live in peace. Ross, again, what you're doing is so much more effective than any college literature could ever translate. My opinion, to be clear, there's things that just can't be explained or described without boots on the ground, or without boots on. I agree. It makes sense. I think being on the front line and like physically being there and seeing with my own eyes, right? So I didn't get a degree, and because people ask me, right? They have the audacity to ask me, like, are you? a psychiatrist, a therapist? Did you study addiction? No, I'm just a regular person. You don't have to have degrees or go to college and weaving back in in anything, right? In any subject to be able to demonstrate grace and compassion. So I disagree when people say that, you know art, you're not a therapist, or I'm not trying to be a therapist. Hell, I'm just trying to interview people to create prevention through awareness, right? So I'm just trying to share people's stories, right? I'm trying to help Nick get home. That's really, when you get down to the bottom of it, that's what it is, just trying to help our fellow humans who are down and need a hand up. So if the expectation is that we have to have degrees to talk to people, I think that's kind of foolish. If you have a degree, amen, go to college and go get your degree in whatever you want to get your degree in. Um, but I just disagree that you shouldn't be out there because you're not trained in this or that, or you know you're never going to understand because you never battled addiction, right? So I never battled addiction, true, but what does that have to do with extending grace and compassion to people? That has nothing to do with it, right? So, um, again, people's opinion, I respect it. So you have to respect my opinion on doing what I'm doing, right? So, uh, it's what do you do? This is the longest live session I've ever done in my life. 2 hours and 16. Uh, we're like doing a marathon tonight, huh? I think we're just having fun tonight, just having conversation with you guys. I think you guys are awesome. I get to know you guys. You guys get to know me a little bit, um, and it's just good to have conversation so that you guys can know who you are. I'm seeing in the chat, you guys. Some people are left, some people are right, some people are short, some people are tall, some people have hair, no hair, uh, but we're still human. We're still human, and we still need to extend respect and compassion and understanding to everybody, right? Um, so I think it's I think it's good that we talk and have a conversation. Um, so what do you guys think? How tall are you guys? I'm 5'8". 5'8". Go. 5'3" for Ali. 5'6" for Kimberly Poole. 5'7", 5'7" with hair. You're not bald. Yeah. Myra, 5'6". Jeff is 6 foot monster. Yeah, he's a tall dude, basketball player. Nicole 5'6". Don is 4.9. Awesome. Just Me is 5'1". Polly Pocket 5'4". Alex Ochoa 6'4". Dude, you playing basketball or what? Calvin H 5'9". Lou 5'4", 146 pounds. Melanie Oros 5'7". Cosmic 5'5". Katie 5'7". Deborah Eckhart. Oh man, I lost it. Where was I at? Katie 5'7". Deborah 5'5". Astero Design 6 foot. Monet 5'2". Ruby 5'1". Brenda 5'7". Sylvia 4'11". Austin Lee 6'2". The basketball players. Janan is 5'6". Vonna Lee is 5'3". EBL is 5'5". Ross Ginn is 6'2". Got the we got our we can make a we can make a basketball team. I'd probably be on the soccer team. Andrea Ordaz is 4'11". Andrea and the other 4'11s would be on what's Checkers team? I'm not sure. Jerry is 6 foot. Delia 5'2", Nicole 5'6", Kevin 5'7", Gina 5'2". Oh man, Jose 5'10", Ryan 6'4", Array 6'4", Martin 6 foot, Sylvia 4'6", Emily 5'6", Yaya 54 5'4", Rob Turner 6'1", just me 4'2". That's cool. We'll just lift you up, just me. We'll pick you up, okay? No worries. Ren Hoke is 5'5", but your alter ego is only 1.5 inch. 5'4", coming in at AT is 5'4". Sean Marcus, Mercy was arrested 2 weeks ago. Katie Shepard, Amy 5'5", Eudora 5'1". Good night, Anita. Antonia's 5'5". Brianna 5 foot. AC 5'4". Alex Ochoa is 4'11". No worries, Alex. Fernanda 5'5". Brianna is 5 foot. Navigated by Stars is invisible. I'm built for horse jockey 5'7", 135 pounds. It's David 5'7". Lowly Francisco 5'11". Skipped right over me. Yaya, have a good night. Tom Cruise and Joe Rogan and Art Castro are 5'8". Yay. EBL, don't underestimate us short people. I don't. I know where you're at, so easily easily punch us where it would hurt the most. Aztec Latina 5'11". Elma Cabrera is 5'11". Dang. You ever do martial arts? No. I used to break dance when I was a little kid. So that's kind of, no. Brianna's 5 foot. Lou wants to lose 11 pounds. Um, I need to go to the gym too. I need to go to the gym, back to the gym, and live the gym life. And it's just hard, right? Balancing everything. Um, Phoenix, Arizona is where I'm from. Navigate by a star, just me. I'm 5'7". Do you like MMA? Yeah, I used to watch UFC. I watched the first UFC back in the 90s, right? 96. Uh, gosh, the Brazilian guys. What was his name? Gracie, right? Gracie. I forgot his first name, but yeah, I remember watching the first UFC. That was like amazing. Andrea Ordaz Art. My husband is a breakdance teacher. Yeah, I'm not trying to learn breakdancing. I think I was able to spin. I used to spin on my head really good, spin on my back, all that, because I was like little. I weighed like 120 pounds when I was not even. That's probably 99 pounds when I was a little kid. 12-year-old breakdancing. Now I try to do. I'll bust my neck. Art favorite rapper Slick Rick. Here's a little story you like to tell about three brothers. So favorite rapper from back then. I don't listen to rap anymore. I kind of grew out of that. I was influenced by that because I was a kid, right, back in the '90s when that stuff came out. But Beastie Boys back in the '80s, I thought they were really cool. Um there's a lot of people that kind of I used to listen to, but Marie Rodriguez, hello. December 15th. What do you listen to now? What do I listen to? I love classic rock. My favorite band of all time, Led Zeppelin. I listen to all their records. I listen to. I know their history. Uh, I know where they're from. Led Zeppelin. I wish I would have saw them when they were together, but they broke up in 1980. The drummer John Bonham, he passed away. So, uh, but that's a group I love. I love their music. Love their music. EPMD, Public Enemy, Slick Rick, KRS One. Yep, I used to listen to all those when I was younger. Uh, Not anymore. Do you smoke cannabis? No, I don't. The last time I smoked, that was when I was like 15. I grew out of that too. I'm glad I did. If you smoke it, you do whatever you want to do. If it's legal, I don't have a problem with people doing legal stuff. I choose not to. I just don't like that stuff at all. Nirvana, yeah, Kurt Cobain, Iron Man. I am Iron Man. ACDC. Um, man, Deep Purple. I don't like the Beatles. They're okay, but to me, I like a couple of the songs, but I'm not a Beatles guy at all. I'm like a harder rock type of guy. Um, ACDC, Black Sabbath, Metallica, Eagles. Love the Eagles, man. Van Halen, Fleetwood Mac, Tom Jones. Tom Jones would be, at a concert singing, and ladies would just throw their stuff at him, right? So at the end of the concert, there'd be undergarments, right, on the stage. So Jeff, Art, this is a wonderful community here. So we're respectful, we're appreciative, we can respect each other's differences, right? And so that's what it's important about growing a community where you have people that are going to support you and get to know each other. So that's why I ask you guys, how tall are you? What do you work? How old are you? This so that we can kind of get to know each other and build that community. So uh, I'm asking things on purpose. How about the Doors? Jim Morrison. Uh, that was a great band too. But Jim Morrison became part of what was a um, 27 Club, right? So it's just tragic how drugs take people at such a young age, 27. The chat's been chatting for 2 hours. Yeah, so 2 hours and a half. That's insane. We're like doing a marathon because it's Friday. I don't work tomorrow. I'm a little tired, but I'm still enjoying you guys' conversation. I appreciate you guys. I'm just noticing that the people keeps shrinking because they're going to sleep back in the East Coast. Depeche Mode. I love Depeche Mode. I love Depeche Mode. Back in Black. Back in Black. I hit the sack. I've been gone. What? I've been away. I'm glad to be back. Yes, I'm letting loose from the noose. Pantera. What is it? Metallic Cowboys or something Cowboys? Andrea. Oh my God, I have you on my TV and my phone, so I hear you twice. The first time was so nice. She had to hear it twice. Janis Joplin, Hendrix, Morrison, and Cobain, they're part of the 27 Club because they all passed away at the age of 27. So can you imagine? I was listening to Janis Joplin the other day, and she had an interesting voice. and very passionate, like very soul filled voice. And I was like, man, can you imagine the music she would have made if she would just lived, right? Like a normal into the 70s, 80s. So it's really sad when people go at such an early age. Do you like Spanish music? I do. My favorite Spanish group is Conjunto Primavera. I love that Spanish group. Journey, yeah, Journey. What's his name? Perry, Steve Perry from Journey. So when he left them, they were never the same. But I love Journey. Yeah, Journey's awesome. Cowboys from Hell for Pantera. Yeah, I love that song from Pantera. Metallica, Enter the Sandman. They have so many songs. Metallica. Caesar the ape. How does Miggs maintain his braces? He doesn't. He doesn't. He only has the bottom braces, and there's nothing there except for the brackets are on. So basically, he's had them for years without maintaining them. I get mine off probably another year or less. I'm not sure. Ramon Ayala, I love Ramon Ayala. Cafe Tacuba. I mean, when they came out back in the '90s, I used to listen to Cafe Tacuba and Mana. Tigers of the North. That's awesome. Polly Pocket. My mom loves Conjunto. Your mom is awesome. Tell her that I said so. Ryan Sherman. That's right. My girlfriend likes Spanish music. She's from Mexico. Your girlfriend's cool. The Cure. I'm trying to think of that one song from The Cure. Reminding me. You going to see Metallica? Probably not. I really don't like concerts. The only concert I would go to would be Led Zeppelin, but that'll never happen because they're not together. Good Behar. I want to save Miggy and Carla. Would they come live with me if I let them keep using? I want them under a safe roof. They probably wouldn't move over there. That's nice of you to offer, but they probably wouldn't go. I'm getting hungry again. Oh my goodness. Velvet Revolver. I think that was a super group, wasn't it? I think that was a super group from different, right? Like the best of the best for Velvet. They were together for a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. I love Marilyn Manson. Beautiful People, right? That's the only song I remember from Marilyn Manson. And I remember when Marilyn Manson came out, Marilyn Manson was like a was very shocking, right? The way the appearance and the music. So I remember when that came out. Galanzi Gaming, thank you. I appreciate you for being a big fan. I like all genres except country. I love country. I love old country. Uh, George Jones, um, George Jones, and who are my other guys from back in the day? Uh, oh my goodness. When did you stop loving me? Was it George Strait, right? Yeah, George Strait, all the Georges basically, right? He was awesome. George Strait, I think, is a cool dude. George Jones is a cool dude. Um, the Man in Black, he was awesome. Yeah, he had an interesting life, right? The Man in Black, Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings. Waylon Jennings was born in Phoenix. He was born in Glendale, Arizona. He was born 30 minutes away from where I live. Maybe Plant and Page will, if they tour, I'm gonna go see them because they're up there. Robert Plant and Jimmy Page, they're like 75, 80, right? So yeah, Vince Gill, Elvis, man. When I was a kid, I used to think that Elvis was Hispanic for some reason. Even today, like especially when he dyed his hair like real black, I'm like, that dude is not from Biloxi, Mississippi. No, Tupelo, Mississippi, right? He was born in a little town called Tupelo, Mississippi. I'm like, there's no way that dude is from Tupelo. There's no way he has to be Hispanic. That I always thought he was Hispanic, but he wasn't. But he's the king. He's the king. Like nobody, in my opinion, nobody will surpass him. I think he was the greatest. I think it's sad that he passed away. How old was he? 43, 44. That's really sad. I've always been saddened by his story, man. Addiction, right? So addiction, drugs take the best version of us, right? How great would he be? Michael Jackson, Addiction, the 27 Club, Elvis, all these people gone before their time because of addiction. Can you imagine like the greatness that would have been made if they would have lived their normal lives? So, yeah. Elvis was 27 when he passed. What about Vicente Fernandez? Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's a legend. I respect his music. I used to watch his movies. So yeah, Pepe Aguilar, not so much. Antonio Aguilar, uh, the real deal. Any Lulu sightings? I haven't seen Lulu in since the last interview I did with her was 2 weeks ago, I believe. I haven't seen her. I don't know where she's at. So maybe she's in the hospital. I'm pretty sure Elvis was 43 or 44 when he passed. I'm pretty sure. America first. I'm about to move to Phoenix from Texas. Man, Arizona is all filled up. There's like no vacancy here. It's horrible. You don't want to move here. Go to California. Go to New Mexico. No room here. His daughter died from myocarditis, right? So I think that's like a heart condition, I believe. But isn't she too young to be passing away from? I was talking to the I was talking about this to so you guys know that I pass out Narcan. So I received Narcan from Southwest Behavioral Health. That's a community agency here in Arizona. Um, they get funding from the government to be able to help the community with addiction, all this stuff, awareness, educating the community. We're talking about addiction and overdoses, and um, how Arizona leads the country in ODs, right? ODs where people live and ODs where people do not live. And we have a lot of more ODs. Is just the coroner sometimes says it's this person died from a heart attack, right? It's how are they labeling it, right? The heart attack happened from an OD, right? So the was it OD or was it a heart attack? You know, so more ODs happen, but they're I think they're underreported. We were talking about, so that reminds me of that, right? How old is she? Like 50? That's too young to be dying from heart disease. So yeah, maybe it was a broken heart. I don't know. Uh, Martha Morgan, I live in Prescott, and it seems like the homeless population is exploding recently. Yeah, it's exploding everywhere. At what point is it like a point of no return? You know, it's I'm really s- uh, fearful for the future of this nation if we keep going down this trajectory. If we keep going down this path, at what point is it we can't come back from it? You know, so it's really scary, scary times. Any word on Mercy? This is the fourth time people ask that I see about Mercy, and fourth time, same thing. She was arrested 2 weeks ago. Haven't seen her since the last interview. But if you guys look at the my community page, you can take a look at that, and you guys will see the reason I put it on there is their first off their family and friends like will ask. They'll I get messaged so much by people behind the scenes, right? Social media, text, email. Have you seen my son? You interviewed my son a year ago. Here's his name. Have you seen him? So I put the arrest information of the person. So like Mercy, she was arrested 2 weeks ago, I believe. About 2 weeks ago, and she's on the community page, right? So uh, basically she's still with us, she's still alive, and she's still out there doing the same thing. I just haven't ran into her, but at least we know that she's alive. Because before I knew that she had been arrested, people would ask me and I would say I don't know, I haven't seen her. So at least we know that she's still around. Jesus Miranda, Art, your videos help with my sobriety. Jesus, so many people say that, right? It's that I watch these videos because it reminds me of what I can lose if I go back, right? I think it's these videos do more good than people are aware of, right? And you guys have to remember that more good comes from this than anything else, and that's why I've been doing it for over 2 years now, right? Because uh, a lot of positives come from this. So even if we don't get Nick to North Carolina, um, some young person is going to watch Nick's video and decide to not try blues in the future when it's offered to them, right? So that's a positive, right? New dog. No, it's the neighbor's dog. The neighbor has loud dogs that just go, what do you do though? You know? So I like dogs, but that's a big old loud dog that you guys are asking me about. So that's funny. Nah, it's not my dog. My dog's asleep. There she is right there. Come here. Isn't she the cutest? Look, say hi. Isn't she cool? Look, look. I love Phoebe. Phoebe is so cool. She's gonna be a year old in April. So a few more months, she's gonna be a year old. Dang, dang. She's really cute. Isn't she cute? She needs a bath. I need to wash her up, but I think she's cute. She doesn't bark a lot. She doesn't bug a lot. I think she's awesome. I'm a keeper. This is who I'm married to right here, Phoebe. Phoebe's my girl. Phoebe is awesome. Huh, Phoebe? She's quiet. She doesn't eat much. She doesn't talk back a lot. She's awesome. She's amazing. Um, she licks me a lot. She's a big licker. So I love Phoebe too, huh, Phoebe? Huh? You love me? Hmm? Say bye. Go to sleep. Go take a nap. Phoebe's awesome. Good Behar, 223 supporters who love you. Art. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Polly Pocket, my dog was run over, but she was super cool. So condolences for your dog being run over. That's sad. Dogs are like family sometimes, right? They're part of your life, part of your family, and you watch them grow. They're like children, and sometimes things happen where they pass away. And I've had to bury a pet before, and it's really sad. Did you contact Nick? No, he doesn't have anywhere for me to contact him. I'm waiting for him to contact me. Do you take Phoebe with you to interview people? No, I don't. I did one time, and I interviewed two people. Gosh, I forgot. One was Cookie, and I forgot the other gal's name. But I had Phoebe with me. I was just driving around, and I saw Cookie, and I said, "Ooh, shoot! Hey, Cookie, what's up?" And then I had my dog with me, and I just gave her the dog. And can you hold her while I interview you? She was petting Phoebe, and that was really cool. That was like therapy, like therapeutic. She was holding the dog, Cookie. So look for that interview, Cookie. I don't know when that was, about 6 months ago, maybe. She was holding the dog, petting the dog, and she wasn't barking. She was behaving. So that was awesome. Cool. 2 hours and 47 minutes. We're gonna go for 3 hours. Okay, we're gonna break a record for Lost in Phoenix. So hang with me. We're gonna talk for 13 more minutes and then we're out. Okay, so um, Jaja Lara, not Jaja Gabor, but Jaja Lara says, I remember that interview. Cookie was like recovering stage. Yeah, Cookie, man, Cookie. Hopefully she's doing good. Hopefully she's doing better. But yeah, how do you feel about guns? I was in the military. Rafael Rodriguez, did you contact Nick already? No. What's your usual bedtime? When Phoebe tells me it's my bedtime. Phoebe's the boss. 248, Calvin, hang in there. Hang in there, Calvin. Don't give up. I'm a Second Amendment guy, big time. Um, yeah, guns are a tool. Art, have you talked to Sarah Sierra? No, I think last time we saw her all here about probably like 2 or 3 lives ago. She was on here saying hi. So I haven't talked to her since then, but hopefully she's doing good. What time do you typically go to sleep? Whenever Phoebe demands I go to sleep. When Phoebe crashes out, I crash out. Where's Carla's dad? I have no idea where her dad is at. I really don't. Emily says, Emily Vega says, I'm tired, but hang on. 11 more minutes, Emily. 11, hang in there. Dawn Man, I did not. Calvin H, I have 14 different firearms. Don't break into Calvin H's house. Andrea Ordaz, I watch his videos over and over as well until he posts a new one. That's funny. It's awesome. 10 more minutes and we're out of here. We're all going to leave at the same time. Okay. Hang in there. People are joining our chat. 222 just a minute ago is 219. So welcome. We're gonna exit in 9 minutes. So hang with me. Melissa Mendoza 5-2. Jaja Lara is 3 months sober from opioids. Congratulations on your sobriety, Jaja. You are awesome. Deborah Eckhart, my eyes are slowly closing, but I'm hanging in there on the East Coast. Deborah, 9 more minutes. Hang in there, Deborah. Okay, we're all gonna go to sleep with you at the same time. Not together physically, but we'll all crash out at the same time. Okay, so that's what the Lost in Phoenix family does: is we crash out at the same time, not the same place. If we ever do sleep at the same place, two dudes can't sleep next to me. 8 more minutes. Hang in there. 8 more minutes. Okay. It's what time is it? It's 10:50. Okay. So we're going off of the live chat. So we've been talking for 2 hours and 52 minutes and a half. So 8 more minutes. Whatever happened to the lady with two little boys? I think you're talking about Elizabeth. Hopefully she's doing better. She got lots and lots of donations. Hopefully she's doing good. Any updates on Caitlin? I haven't seen Caitlin since the last interview a few months ago. Hopefully she's doing better. The wellness bee, go mimis. It's past your bedtime. Yeah, this is. I don't think I've ever talked for more than an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes. So this is definitely a record. We had fun tonight. We had a lot of fun tonight. I got to know you guys a lot. So you guys are cool. My daughter was at a group home with Caitlin years ago. Yeah, Caitlin unfortunately grew up in group homes. She didn't have a normal upbringing. Sadly, really sad. I'm surprised she's made it this far as far as age. Sad. When did you start this? My first interview was November of 2020. Jennifer Romero, thank you. I enjoy you being here. I appreciate you. Risk M says, do you have a schedule when you go live? I actually do not. I go live when I find time, when I'm able to, when I'm not busy. So I don't have a schedule. It's really hard to stay on a schedule. Any chance of baby Arch running around at some of the Navy ports you stopped in internationally? Spain. Rhoda, Spain. I had so much fun there. Shalino is asleep. Shalino is my tortoise. He's a Herman tortoise. He's been around for, God, I think he's gonna be 2 years old or maybe three. I need to go do the math, but he's gonna live till he's 80. So I'm gonna put him in my will, and maybe one day you guys will inherit him. Okay. Calvin H, it's nice hanging out in a chat with nice people. Most are just nasty. Yeah, again, I think we've built a good community of respect and admiration. We lift each other up, right? Somebody's, oh, I'm 3 months sober, or I'm a nurse, I'm a waitress, and we applaud, we appreciate, we lift people up. We don't bring people down, except for the haters, right? Because they earn that. But also, I pray for my haters, right? I pray for you guys, pray for my haters. I try to pray for everybody. Try to pray for myself. Pray for Nick, Migs, Carla. I think we need more prayers in this world. I think we need to be more supportive of each other. I know you guys are getting tired because the questions and the chat is like dying down. Your energy is slowly waning, but I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. 4 more minutes. Sandra is leaving us, man. Is leaving us. She's gone. Sandra Lamas. We're gonna remember Sandra next time. Okay, remember Sandra's name, guys. Sandra Lamas. She's like, I'm going to sleep now. She couldn't hang in there for 4 more minutes. Wow. That's funny. You should definitely come to Prescott and interview. You would be surprised at how many veterans are out on the streets. Yeah, I've heard of Prescott up north being really, really bad. It's really sad. Saddens me. Sandra came back. We're not going to give her a hard time. So I take that back, Sandra. You're awesome. You're like, Sandra's like this, right? Like holding it up. Just 3 more minutes, okay, Sandra? And we're all going to leave at the same time, okay? So hang in there, Sandra. Do it for Lost in Phoenix. Can you imagine if we can see your guys' faces right now? Like that'd be funny. I bet you some of you guys are like just dying, right? You guys are hilarious. Beavis is out of here. All right, Beavis, we forgive you because your internet is lagging. Jesse is out of here just to be a. It's funny. I'm cleaning the house. Awesome. I got one eye open. Jerry Scray is a night owl. Every night I check your channel to see what's new. Shelly May, thank you for checking. I appreciate you. 1 minute. Okay, so I'm gonna start wrapping it up. Thank you guys very much. 228 people joining me. We did a 3 hour marathon tonight. I appreciate you. I'm gonna pray for you guys. You guys are amazing. I'm very lucky and fortunate to have you guys support me, support the Lost in Phoenix family. Tonight, let's pray for Nick that he says, hey, you know what? This is a great opportunity. Let me call Art so that he can send me home on Saturday at 6:20 p.m. Arizona time, right? So play. pray for Nick tonight. Let's lift each other up. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a good night. You guys are awesome. Uh, let's go to bed, okay? At the same time, not together. So, good night, everybody. Three, two, one.